Yo, landlord, I want my security deposit back. I'm moving out. Wait a minute, landlord. Before you give back that security deposit, you must consider these factors, and they are: this is the Landlord Advocates, where we help landlords become better landlords. I'm your host, Matthew Lyman. Welcome. Before you even get to that point, before that tenant has even moved in, what you need to do is to take photographs and or video, top to bottom, of the entire dwelling. Inside the toilet, inside the tub, inside the cabinets, inside the microwave, inside and outside of everything before that tenant moves in. Then when the prospective tenant that you want, the chosen one, to move into your dwelling is there to move in, you want to do a walkthrough with that tenant. Try to audio and or videotape the entire walkthrough. Have a checklist of the entire place. If there's something wrong that the tenant points out, that the toilet handle jiggles, or the light doesn't work properly, or whatever, you fix those things. The broken tile on the floor, you fix all of them. You had no sign that it was done. You also want to make sure that when a tenant moves in, that you get the rental certificate or the certificate of occupancy issued by the municipality where the apartment is located. Now, some municipalities require it, some don't have it. What that is a document issued by the buildings department stating that the dwelling meets minimum habitability standards under the law. So you're going to have the checklist, you're going to have all the photographs, you're going to have the rental certificate. Now the tenant's ready to move in. But then they say to you, Mr. Landlord, Mrs. Landlord, is it okay if we make payments on the security deposit, or can we pay it to you in 6 months? And your answer to that tenant is going to be, No, I need to have it all now, or you cannot move in. Reason being is that once the tenant is in, and they don't pay you the security deposit, they're already in. Not only that, if you move to evict the tenant for not paying the security deposit, some courts do not allow it, because they will tell you you should have got that before you moved in. Shame on you. Now the tenant is ready to move out, and they want their security deposit back. You're going to say, well, let's do a walkthrough. Now, hopefully it's a peaceful transition of them moving out, and the sheriff or the constable or the marshal did not have to get involved to remove them. Let's go on the premise that it's a peaceful moving out. You're going to do a walkthrough with that tenant again. You're going to have the checklist again. Hopefully it's the same one. You're going to have move in, move out on the same checklist. Keep them as one. You're going to do a walkthrough with that tenant. You're going to point out, you hung a TV on the wall over there. Your dog used that bathroom or that bedroom over there as a toilet, and now the rug is disgusting, and we have to replace the rug. You're going to do that walkthrough with them. Again, audio videotape this if you are legally allowed to do it, or the tenant says yes. If not, keep your cell phone in your pocket and just audio tape the whole thing, if it is allowed in your municipality or your state. You do all of that, and you tell the tenant, well, we have to assess the damages that you have caused before we give you back any or all of the security deposit. If everything is fine and they're left in a pristine condition, broom swept, no damages whatsoever, sure, give it back the security. After they give you the keys. After they've given you a surrender of possession letter that we have, bye-bye, we've left, we're leaving, goodbye, we're gone, and they've given you back the keys. If you give back the security deposit before the sheriff evicts them, before they give you the keys, before they've said you moved out in any kind of written format, now you're stuck. You're giving back security and they're still living there. That is what you want to be careful of. You want to make sure that they're gone before you give back the security deposit. Now, Let's say you have a tenant that is uncooperative. We're not doing a walkthrough with you. It's telling you to go to hell. I'm not doing it. Do one yourself. Point out the issues that they have caused, damages that they have caused. Note that, photograph it. Do lots of photographs. Lots and lots of photographs. You do all of that. Now, in some municipalities, none of this is required. When we're telling you, we don't care. Do it anyway. Everywhere. Do it everywhere. In a village of 500 people to a city that has 8 million people. Do it anyway. Then, you got your butt covered. Now, 2 months later, you get a citation, a small claim summons to come to court because the tenant wants the security deposit back that you did not give them. Well, you have all this evidence now to prove why you did not give it back to them. But you want to be careful. In some states, like New York State, you must give the tenant within 2 weeks, notification of why you have kept any or all of that security deposit. Now, in some municipalities, like New York State, you are allowed to keep security when they owe you rent. So rent is a damage, is it not? Of course it's a damage. So you're going to keep the security for that, but you have to note all of that. You have to send that to the tenant. Also, some municipalities will tell you that you have to have at least 2 to 3 estimates for the damages that they caused. Now you might say, well, we can fix it ourselves. Again, in some municipalities, they will allow you to do that, but they call it sweat equity, and you cannot get paid for that. Materials, yes. Labor, no. We have argued repeatedly that that is a bunch of bull. Because you put in sweat equity at your primary job to buy that property. You put in sweat equity to fix up the property to rent it out. Now you're being told that you have to do sweat equity for free to put it back the way it was so you can re-rent out the apartment again. That's bull. If you get 3 estimates, don't go with the highest one, you can go with the middle one. Just make sure the disparity is not thousands and thousands of dollars apart, because that kind of looks suspicious. It looks like you're going with the highest one, where the guy may only charge you 3, but is charging you 8, so that you can get as much money from the tenant and line your pocket with that way. You want to be careful with that. Don't do that, because it could come back to bite you in the butt. Don't do it. So now, your tenants have left, and they're going to take the small claims court because they want the security deposit. Now you can say to me, Matt, all this work that you're telling us to do, this 3 to 4 hours worth of work, let's say 3 hours, of all these photographs, all these documents, all of this, all of that. That's a lot, Matt. That's a lot. 3 hours. Well, here's what we're going to say to you, our fellow landlord and friend. If the security deposit is, say, $750. We're going to go low and you'll see why. The security deposit is $750. You don't do anything that we chose to do in this video. Shame on you for not doing it, but you chose not to. Now you're in small claims court, and the judge says, show me the evidence that they caused the damage. Show me this, show me that. You have nothing. Your Honor, I'm sorry. I got nothing. Oh, you don't? Ruling in favor of the tenant, $750, return the security deposit. Now that was said in New York. If you don't give them an itemized list of the damages, the court will automatically rule in their favor that you must give them back for security. Now you can say, well, Matt, I don't know how to reach them. Yes, you do. You should already have their email. You probably would have been calling or texting them during their duration of tenancy. So now you have their email, you have their text. Send it to them. Send them photographs. Send them the written itemized list. Send them the estimates that you have. Put it in the mail to them at the last known address. Yeah, it's yours, but they may have it forwarded. When you do that, take pictures of what you put into the envelope. Seal the envelope. Send it first class certified, return receipt requested. Take pictures of that. Get that sent out. So that when you go to court, you can say, Your Honor, we have exercised all means necessary and all means available to us to notify the tenant of the damages that they caused and why we are keeping a security deposit. This goes all over the United States, whether it's required or not, do it anyway. Again, back to that 3 hours. This is a lot of work, Matt. Alright, security $7.50. That's 3 hours. That's $250 an hour. In your primary job, we doubt highly that you make $250 an hour to make money, to pay your bills. So that 3 hours is worth a lot of money to you to cover your butts. Get it done, make it happen, defend and protect yourself when a tenant chooses to sue you because they want the security deposit back, even though they're not entitled to it. Landlords, we ask that you subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, hit the notification bell so you will be made aware of other videos that we're doing to help you. Leave comments below, we will respond to them as best that we can. And remember, as we always say, until then, take care.